Family medical services, along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary health care center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lander and City Park. Travis Gupton, Ernie over with you for Game 3 of Game 4. Game 3 of 4 in the second day of the Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament. It is Casper versus Glenrock. Both of these teams fell in their first games yesterday, and it was Glenrock who fell to the Lander 2 team. And then me and Ernie called the Rock Springs Casper game, and partner, that was a game.
That was a doozy. It was Casper was down by 5 runs, and they came back in the last inning and tied it up. And then Rock Springs scored 3 in the top of the last inning, and Casper couldn't match that, and the game was over. But, yeah, it was a pretty exciting game. You know, it looked like Rock Springs was going to run away with it. And then Casper came roaring back. So here's two teams that are right alongside of each other. Casper, of course, in Natrona County, and Glenrock in Converse County. They're only about, 24 miles apart, kind of like Lander and Riverton. And, of course, Glenrock is where the big Dave Johnston power plant is for Rocky Mountain Power, and Casper is where everything else is at. So
Right. Yeah, and we will get to see Casper. One of the it'll be either me or Riverton or Lander for football. Yeah. Casper is on the football schedule. I think it's Riverton.
Yeah,
They'll play at Casper, so that's going to be down the road. But we've got baseball here. And quickly, we're going to give you the starting lineups first for we don't know who's going to be home and away yet, do we? Okay, so we haven't had the coin flip yet, but let me give you the starting lineups for the Valor from Casper. First off is going to be Aiden Douglas. He will be in center field. Nathan DeVive will play at right. Or no, he'll play at, sorry, I need my cheat sheet. I'm still learning. Third, Colin Bird will be at short. Chris Castleman will be at left. He'll bat in the number 4 spot. Robbie Loftus will be in the number 5 spot. He will be at first. Taylor St. John will be in the number 6 spot. He came in the game against the Rock Springs Spartans and hit in the very last inning yesterday. Gabe Erdahl, who will be catching, as he did yesterday. And batting number 8 will be Aiden Crane. He will be pitching. And then in right field, it'll be Cody Wood batting in the number 9 spot. And then for Glenrock, it is going to be Joyce Enders. He will be in center. Chris Bearfield, he will be at short. Donnie Taylor will be catching. Adam Johnson will be pitching. He'll bat in the 4 spot. Tristan Fleming, who pitched yesterday, will play at the number 4 spot second. And then Lane Massapist will be at the number 5 spot. He will be at third base.
Yeah, right here.
And then Chad Preston will be at first. He will bat in the number 7 spot. Chris Ocampo will be in right field. And Dayton Matthews will be the number 9 hitter. He'll be the extra hitter. And then Braxton Bronner will be the number 10 hitter. And he will be in left field. And so we'll take one more commercial break, and when we come back, first pitch between Casper and Glenrock.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal and Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Welcome back, everyone. We are back in Lander. Travis Gupton, Ernie over with you for Game 3 of 4 between Glenrock and Casper. Glenrock will be the home team on the board, Casper the visiting team. And, again, we mentioned that Adam Johnson will be pitching, and catching will be Donnie Taylor. And, partner, one of the things we need to mention, as we kind of did at the very beginning, is both these teams coming off losses.
Yeah, they certainly are. Glenrock lost to Lander 2, and Casper lost to Rock Springs. Now, as a broadcaster, I would go slap the person who picked out the Vanderbilt colors for Casper's uniform if we were playing football, because you'd never be able to see them from the top of the bleachers. They have got white uniforms with light gold numbers. So those are... you got to have glasses on them to see the numbers. Fortunately, we can see them right in front of us because they're at home plate right down the field, but they are very Vanderbilt looking. And, of course, the Glenrock team, do they have a nickname?
Does Glenrock have a nickname? The Rams? The Rams.
Oh, the Rams, because they are the high school team is the herders, and of course they herd sheep, and so Rams would be appropriate. They're wearing purple, white jerseys and black pants with white numerals on their purple jerseys. So I guess you could say they were kind of like Kansas State uniforms, or Texas Christian University.
Reminds me of Eastern Carolina.
Oh, the Spiders.
Nope, that's Eastern Carolina is the Pirates.
That's right, the Pirates. Yeah, Eastern Carolina. So the Casper Valor will be batting first, and Aiden Douglas, the center fielder, will be first to bat for the Valor. And in yesterday's game against Rock Springs, Douglas scored 4 runs, and he had 2 hits and struck out 1. So he's a threat at the plate for the Valor.
So let's see what happens here as we get started. Douglas will step in. As, again, both these teams coming off losses, so big game for both of these teams as it relates to pool play.
And the pitcher getting ready again, it's Adam Johnson and his battery mate, the catcher, Donnie Taylor.
And here we go as Douglas steps in. Off and running here in the top of the first inning. First pitch by Johnson is going to be high for ball 1.
Jared Mowry, the Fremont County Sheriff's deputy, is the umpire behind home plate, and Nico Bites is the field base runner umpire today.
Next pitch on the way is going to be in there for strike 1, so 1-1 on the inside corner.
That's what I like about Jared. He lets you know when there's a strike.
Yeah, he will for sure.
Yeah, you don't have to second guess what might be a strike. He always officiates up at Gold Rush days.
Ball is going to be hit straight up. Sun is all over the place. No one knows where the ball is, and it just dies foul.
And it was just outside the batter's box, too. Just hit the edge of that circle. So a long strike for Aiden Douglas.
And you could see there that Donnie Taylor was talking to his coach saying, I just can't see.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've got that sun right on the west side of the field, just starting to create some shadows, and the big cottonwood shadows are creeping on to right field now.
Next pitch by Johnson is going to be hit foul, and it will reach the tennis courts.
Yeah, and the count remains 1-2. If you haven't been to Lander before, the baseball diamond here is in Lander City Park, which is bounded on one side by the middle fork of the Paposia River and a driveway, a little roadway around the park, and on the west side by Little Creek. Lots of cottonwood trees, lots of shade, lots of grass, nice place.
Next pitch is inside, and now 2-2. I see people sitting in the shaded area over on right field, the right field line. People are sitting under what looks like 2 tents on the left side. That's actually, if I'm looking at it right, that's all Lander folk down there.
Yeah, we're now to 3-2, full count on the batter.
And food's here. You know, you and have you had any of the food here yet?
No, I haven't.
Man.
I haven't had any of that yet.
You gotta get one of those Phillies, man. They're good. 3-2 the count, nobody out, just underway. Pitch on the way is going to go high, and so it'll walk him.
Base on balls for Aiden Douglas, and that brings up Nathan DeVive. He is the third baseman for the Casper Valor.
You can have food, ice cream,
and DeVive was...
and Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, 2 for 4 in the game last night against Rock Springs. Okay, here he comes to the plate.
DeVive steps in, and a leadoff at first by Douglas. Pitch on the way is going to be sidearmed, almost hit him, but it'll be a stolen base. And so that's the first stolen base of the game for the Valor.
Boy, did he get a jump, Travis, or
yeah,
what?
He got a really nice jump. As soon as that ball got kicked up and...
Oh.
That pitch is going to be caught.
Fly right to the third baseman for the first out of the inning, and quickly Douglas, who was on the run, got back to second base. Brings up Colin Bird, the shortstop for the Valor.
Yeah, someone's phone was going off here in the crow's nest. Wasn't mine. Pitch on the way is going to be inside for strike one.
Yeah, he's not really crowding the plate. He's kind of in the middle of the batter's box.
Yeah, very much inside the middle. Swung on.
Oh.
That's going to get back up the middle over the head of the second baseman. It'll get down all the way to the center fielder, and Douglas is going to now have an opportunity. He's going to now go for home. Now
Pickle.
It's going to be a pickle. Play at second, or
It's
third
safe.
is not in time.
Yeah, we have 2 slides, 2 dirty uniforms, but so Aiden Douglas almost got caught that time, and he makes it to third, and Bird is now at second.
Yeah, Adam Johnson had to run from the first base side of the field to the third base side of the field to run down a possibility of a rundown for Douglas, but it ends up being second and third with 1 out here.
Chris Cashman now the next batter for Casper. Whoa, wild pitch.
That ball is going to get.
One run is going to come in. Yep, head first slide for Aiden Douglas, and Casper on top of Glenrock, 1-0 now.
I feel like Douglas just did that because he wanted to get his jersey dirty.
Well, you're on the road. You don't have a laundry room. That shows you're playing the game hard.
Yeah, and good slide in. So now it is going to be early on a 1-0 lead for the Valor.
And a 1 ball count on the batter.
Swing and a miss. It is strike one. So now 1-1 here for the batter, which is it's Castleman, correct?
Castleman, yep. He's got an orange bat. These are metal bats, by the way. We haven't had any wood bat tournament action since Riverton earlier this year.
Actually, there was a wood bat match here. It was the Lobos taking on the Old Timers in a wood bat tournament, in a wood bat match.
Of course, I wasn't here for that, so I didn't see it.
Yeah,
therefore it didn't happen.
That was a lot of fun. That was so much fun. 2 balls, 1 strike here, 1 out. Pitch on the way is outside for ball 3. And so Johnson now, after getting that first out, is struggling a little bit in the strike zone.
3-1 the count on Cashman, and 1 run in the inning, 1 out, runner on third base.
And so Castleman will stand in. And it'll be pitch on the way by Johnson. Swing and a miss. Nicely done. Strike 2.
He was going for the fence there.
Yeah, he was trying to send another ball into the river. We've already seen 1 go that direction today.
Yeah, bounced off the road there and flew right into the middle fork of the Poposia.
And so Johnson now will sit, kick, and fire. Fly ball, center field. It's way up there. It'll go into the infield, and it will be caught by the shortstop. And he'll throw it in. Nicely done. That'll hold the runner at third in DeVive. And so now with 2 outs, that will bring up Robbie Loftus.
That was a great play by the shortstop, Chris Bearfield. He lost the ball in the sun, and he lost his hat, but he kept looking at it, and he had a lunge at the last second, and he caught the ball. That was a great defensive play in adverse conditions here, looking right into that sun.
Bearfield is wearing those really cool shades that I see a lot of baseball players wear. And there was a conversation there between the 2 umpires. I don't know what it was about, but that was an absolute fantastic job there by Bearfield. Used his sunglasses to full perfection there.
Yeah, I think the umpires were talking about where they're going to go to dinner after the game.
That is a great conversation to have.
That's right, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Swung on, another pop-up. This one's going to go heads up, everybody. It's going to end up right in front of us.
You can hear it bouncing around in the bleachers there. Long strike for Robbie Loftus. Yeah, they found it. They got it. One of the guys here in the stands got it. He's going to bring it back over to the team.
And he's going to get a Laffy Taffy. Just kidding. Pitch is going to go off the glove. As that's hit, it'll be an out, though, as the nicely done by the second baseman to get there. But the Valor lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Game 3 of day 2 of the Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament. We'll be right back.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the bottom of the first inning. We're just underway here, and it will be the 1-2-3 hitters for Glenrock in Enders, Bearfield, and Taylor. And Chris Bearfield had an absolutely fantastic play at short in the top of the first inning, Ernie.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a pop-up that he kind of lost in the sun, then he figured it out and had a lunge for it, but got it. So now J.C. Enders, this is Enders' game, as he steps up to the plate.
Not even going to acknowledge that one.
Oh, come on. It was a good science fiction show.
Good. That was good. That was good.
He is the center fielder for the purple-clad Glenrock Rams.
And first pitch on the way is swung on and fouled off, and it is Aiden Crane at the batter as pitching for the Valor. And as he was yesterday, Gabe Erdahl is going to be catching.
Erdahl's a pretty good catcher, if I remember the game yesterday. Yep. Yeah. So Enders steps in with a 0-1 count.
Pitch on the way is swung on and foul, and that is going to possibly hit a car.
Yeah, that's
didn't hear anything, so we're good.
I didn't hear any glass crashing.
All foul balls to the field.
And 0-2 count now.
And the Valor, as we mentioned, all white uniforms, gold numbers and gold lettering on the front. Gold hats, too.
Yeah, we can't even see the numbers of the pitcher from here, or the name across it. It's so light.
So we're going to need binoculars by the time this game ends, I feel like. Pitch on the way is going to be outside for ball 2, because if someone goes from third to right, it's going to be hard for us to see.
Hard to see, yeah, sure is.
Don't get me wrong, though. The jerseys are gorgeous.
Yeah, they're
Pitch on the way is swung on. It's going to go to the shortstop. He'll field it cleanly. Throw over to first is going to be missed. And now he's going to turn, and he's going to be out. He turned in.
He turned towards second base, and the ball was dropped, and the first baseman went over there and tagged him, and so he is out on a running error. If he would have kept going straight, he would have been okay, but he collided there with the first baseman, and that kind of got him turned around. So he actually got a single, and then it was 3 unassisted for the first down. Okay, next up batter, Chris Bearfield, shortstop. He had a really good defensive play we've talked about here.
Pitch on the way is in there for strike one. So we finally figured out where that was coming from. It was from the watch that was returned.
Oh, we had the right.
The smartwatch, and it started ringing. And so we were all kinds of confused because she thought it was my phone, then she thought it was your phone, and she didn't know where it was coming from.
1-1 the count as that last pitch was low and outside.
Pitch by Crane is fouled off. And so now a 1-2 count.
1-2 count.
Chris Bearfield at the plate after a really weird play by get out Enders.
Yeah, he made the turn after crossing, and they tagged him out.
That's just low for ball 2.
2-2. The purple-clad Glenrock Rams.
They got the white stripes down the sides. Pitch is going to be inside, ball 3, so full count now to Bearfield.
Okay, the dugout's getting really active now with the chatter toward the team.
Pitch on the way, swung on, fly ball, right field, and coming in is the right fielder, and he drops it.
So it is an error on 9, and getting to first base is Chris Bearfield.
So that was Cody Wood, and to be one of the things that we mentioned briefly is the trees now are starting to shade the right side of right field. So he went from light to shade there where the ball ended up dropping, and that could have affected his seeing for sure.
The catcher, Donnie Taylor, is up next for Glenrock.
Ball's inside for ball 1. And there's something on the edge of the field right on the left side. Can't tell if it's a bag or if it's...
it looks like a towel or something.
Towel.
Maybe.
Pitch is going to be swung on and foul tipped, and so it'll be a 1-1 count.
And the runner has to go back to first base, Chris Bearfield. He was on his way to second, but that was a foul ball.
And you're right. That is Glenrock is definitely getting active there in the dugout. Casper is very businesslike over on the right side here.
Strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter, Donnie Taylor, the catcher for Glenrock.
Pitch on the way is going to be high for ball 2. Play at second. Not in time.
Not in time. Ooh, that was a close call.
That was extremely close there.
Yeah, you always tag on the front. That's right. When you tag on the back, he'd already had his hands on the bag.
And so 2-2 now for Donnie Taylor. Glenrock really having fun out there. That ball's going to be in the dirt, and nicely done.
Full count, and Erdahl blocked that one. Otherwise, we might have had a runner at third. So full count on the batter now. Donnie Taylor. Johnson looking to pitch, sorry.
Bearfield at second. Not a long lead this time, as that ball's going to be high for ball 4.
Base on balls, so now we got 2 runners.
And so now it is runners on first and second. Bearfield is at second, and Taylor is at first. It brings up the pitcher, Adam Johnson.
Okay, pitcher against pitcher here.
Pitch on the way by Crane is in there for strike 1.
Wind coming in now from center field, kind of blowing toward center left. Flag is almost straight out.
Next pitch is going to go off the end of the bat, and it'll be caught. That is going to be a throw over to second, and he's
we're
out.
Going to have a timeout. Yeah, not a timeout, but a force out.
So a double play, an untraditional one, but a double play nonetheless. So we go to the top of the second. Casper still leads 1-0. We'll be right back.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help. In Lander and Riverton.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the top of the second inning. The head coach for Glenrock, Coach Johnson, is out there talking to his pitcher. And, Ernie, we saw this in the other game. That could be a conversation about the way the pitching style is, so that way it's not a balk.
Yeah, Adam Johnson is getting a little bit of talking to, well, not a talking to. The coach is giving him some advice so he doesn't get called for a balk. We had that in the first game where the pitcher from Cheyenne was making a move towards second base. And it was going to be a balk, and they stopped the play and had a timeout and had a discussion with everyone. He was doing sidewinding on his delivery, and that was what was causing him to turn to second base, and that would have been a balk. So the umpires had a discussion with the Glenrock pitching coach. Now the Glenrock coach is over talking with Johnson and explaining how to actually let go of the ball. We should mention that Glenrock is a first-year team. They're a young team, and this is going to be education for them.
Yeah, and Green River is the first year here
Right.
as a senior Babe Ruth squad. This Glenrock team is definitely a team that is been here before. And one of the things that we have to remember is these are still young kids.
Yeah, these are 15,
these are
16,
still younger kids. And
14,
so
15, yeah.
I really got to appreciate the umpires allowing the coach going out there and letting him kind of teach on the fly.
Right.
Because that could really impact the game if they keep calling a balk.
Right. And so now we're having the throw down to second base, and we'll have our first batter coming up, which will be Taylor St. John, the second baseman for the Casper Valor, followed by Gage Erdahl and then Aiden Crane.
And one of the all-time favorite things for an umpire to do is dust off the bag at home, and so we're off and running.
Yeah, Jared Mowry did an excellent job doing that. We'll have to compliment him. Okay, here we go.
And here we go. First pitch on the way as we are in the top of the second is outside for ball one. And again, that's going to be something he's going to have to keep his eye on is Adam Johnson to make sure that he does this correctly. Now he's going to pitch, and that's going to go lightly tapped off to the right side, so quickly 1-1.
Yeah, and you can see that he's being conscious about that. He's thinking there as he gets into his windup.
Yeah, and it's going to take him a little bit to probably get that into a position he's comfortable with.
A nice rhythm.
Pitch is going to be just high for ball 2.
Yeah, that was the top of the shoulders. If it'd been an inch lower, it would have been a strike.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. There's Mr. Mike. There he is. Pitch on the way is going to be outside for ball 3. The commissioner of the, Pacific Northwest? Okay, so he's he's commissioner of Wyoming Babe Ruth. That is a long title, the way that it was. I kind of just shortened it.
Whoa,
and that's quickly a ball 4, and it will move. It'll allow St. John to go to first, and it'll bring up Gabe Erdahl.
Erdahl, we've been talking about his skill as catcher for the Casper Valor. You can barely read his number from right here. There's shadow on the back of his uniform, and as he turns away and gets in the shade, you can see it's number 22, but these are light gold numbers on white uniforms. They don't really stand out that well, but they look nice.
Stolen base attempt at second, and St. John's going to get in there safely.
All right, got a person in scoring position already on the stolen base. This is the second stolen base of the game.
And so we look at a 1-0 count with nobody out here. And the pitch, he's going to try to steal third. He's going to go, and he's in there. He got it, third. So that's 2 stolen bases by 1 guy.
Yeah, he just took off as soon as Johnson put his foot on the rubber. And we've got a 2-0 count on the batter, Erdahl.
Pitch by Johnson on the way, outside, ball 3. And so let's see what happens here as St. John is at third. He's smacking third base.
Yeah, he's cleaning it off. It's covered with dirt on his slide, and he cleaned it off. Nice job.
Pitch on the way, high, ball 4.
Okay, 2 runners on base now, and 2 base on balls in a row. And that brings up the pitcher, Aiden Crane.
And so Crane will stand in. Should, with nobody out, borrowing any kind of craziness, Cody Wood, and then we go back to the top of the order, and Aiden Douglas.
Runners at the corners for Glenrock. They trail Casper 1-0.
And a stolen base attempt now to second, and it's going to be called a defensive indifference there.
Yep.
As they had the runner at third. So
we used to call that fielder's choice, and now it's
now they
Yeah.
And now a ball is going to get past everybody. It's going to score a run. They're going to send him home. And no, they're not. They're going to send him back to third.
All right.
He thought about it.
Yeah, the pass back to the pitcher went into center field. So coming in and scoring was Taylor St. John. He had stolen 2 bases and then stole home on that error on the catcher. And Erdahl now is at third base.
And Erdahl almost went home. Pitch on the way by Johnson is high, ball 2.
Yeah, I think if he hadn't stopped, he would have made it.
I think so, yeah.
But he stopped, so still no outs. Runner at third.
Pitch on the way, high again and inside, ball 3.
Yep, 3 balls, no strikes.
And so Johnson now struggling a little bit as we are in the top of the second inning. He's going to fake and now go over to third, and that is not in time.
No, but that's pretty close.
That was a nice shoulder fake by Johnson to at least attempt to get the runner at third.
Yeah. So now the count on Crane is 3-0. Trying to hold the runner at third.
Pitch on the way is high, and that'll be another walk.
Another base on balls, so we've had 3 of those in a row. 3 base on balls in a row. We've had 1 runner score after stealing 2 bases and then advancing on a throwing error. And now Erdahl is at third and Aiden Crane at first and Cody Wood coming up to bat.
And quickly, the Glenrock coach is out to have a conversation with his pitcher and his entire infield.
Yep.
This pitching I feel like ever since that conversation, that has probably thrown him off a little bit, pitching-wise, and I feel like that's what that conversation's all about. And so
have him settle down.
Have him take a quick breather, and so here we go. Runners are going to go back to their positions, and Johnson will stay in as pitcher, and it will bring up.
Cody Wood.
Sorry, Cody Wood.
Yeah. So it's 2-0 Casper, and they've got runners at the corners, no outs yet.
By the way, the game is at 6.
And so now our game has been moved to 6 between Lander and.
It was always 6 because there's 3 hours between games.
Pitch is going to get through, and so it's going to score a run. And then the throw over to second, they're going to get him there. It's going to be out number 1. It's going to score 2 runs. And so it's now 4-0 in favor of Casper.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play out in the outfield. When he saw the ball go through, he just turned on Gage Erdahl turned on the jets, and Cody Wood was then tagged out by the second baseman for the first out of the inning. Brings up the top of the order, Aiden Douglas.
So I had to text my wife, let her know our game is at 6. And so that will be ball 1 on the outside corner. So the next game is going to be Green River and Lander, and that game will start at 6 p.m. Pitch is going to be swung on. Fly ball off to the right side, and it is going to go foul.
Into the tennis courts.
4-0, Casper lead here, top of the second inning.
And that is a strike, so the count 1-1.
You know, usually here at Lander, Kelly Reese is the authority on all things. And so when she said the game was at 5, I was like, okay, let's go.
Let's go.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Fly ball, right field. Valor is going to see the ball get caught. And it is going to be out number 2. Ball's going to get through, but nobody's on the bases.
Yeah, it was a fly for the second out. Nice reaction that time by the right fielder, Chris Ocampo.
Yeah, Ocampo with a really nice play there, and he had to jump up a little bit to grab a hold of it. And so now quickly 2 outs, and it's 4-0 still Casper.
DeVive, the batter, just got hit in the back.
Yeah, that feels good.
That hurt. And the pitcher, Johnson, comes over and says, gee, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I really like how this plays out. They're going to call time and have him look, allow the coach to look at DeVive on first. It hit him right in the ribs.
Right square back there. So umpire is going back over there. Jared Mowry, and the first base umpire, Nico Bite, is back there.
And again, Johnson's going to go make sure that he's okay. One of the things that I love about this senior Babe Ruth, just all the teams in general, is their sportsmanship.
Yep.
That is one thing that they preach here in senior Babe Ruth, and you just saw it right there for Johnson.
Colin Bird is the next batter, the shortstop for the Valor, leading 4-0 here, top of the second inning.
And DeVive's fine. He's going to steal. Heads up.
And he's going to have to go back. Foul ball. Well, that hit the backside here.
Yeah, it did.
It sounded like it hit my car. I have my car back over here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I heard a bang, 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 so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, long strike. 0-1 the count now. Bird the batter.
Pitch on the way is outside.
And the
Ball
steal.
1.
Yep.
And a steal.
Yeah, so this time DeVive took off, and there was no attempt to throw to second. So now a runner in scoring position at second base. 3 runs already in the inning.
And he's going to steal again. Now he's going to get caught, and it's going to go nowhere. It's going to end up going all the way across. Now he's going to try to score. Play at the plate, not in time.
Wow, that was a good reaction by Johnson. So DeVive scores on 3 stolen bases, and the pass ball. So it now goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to Zip.
And Johnson took a nasty shot to his knee when he tried to grab that ball that was being thrown by the catcher from the backstop.
Right. Up now, Colin Bird.
Bird is the number 9 hitter, so he would go back to the top of the order should he reach. Pitches outside, ball 1. And it is 3 balls, 1 strike here. Pitch on the way. He's almost swung at that. They're going to appeal over, and they're going to give him ball 4.
Yeah, they're going to give him ball 4. So Bird gets a walk. And this is the 1, 2, 3, 4th walk of the inning. And we had a hit batter also. So Chris Cashman coming up next. Cashman flew out to the shortstop in that really good defensive play.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Colin Wood. I have a Colin Bird and a Cody Wood. That's going to throw me.
This was Bird that was there. Now
and here's another stolen base.
Okay, there's no attempt to catch these guys on these stolen bases. So a ball to Cashman.
Castleman will look at a 1-0 count here. Throw over to second, not in time.
Another dirty uniform now. Slide into second base there, head first slide.
Somehow the pants are dirtier than the actual jersey.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Look at a 1-0 count here. Still 2 outs. 5-0 Casper lead. And he's going to try to steal third. Throw over is not there, so now 2 balls, no strikes, and now a runner at third.
All right, so another stolen base. And Glenrock's not responding very well to this because Casper is timing perfectly when they take off on the base paths.
I think they are reading the pitcher really well on the base paths. And he's thinking there, too. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a strike. 1-1.
So Cashman now 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at third. And he's making the pitcher a little bit nervous because he runs down that baseline just when he's getting ready to pitch and then stops.
Throw over to third.
Nope.
Not in time.
Another head first slide. That's his second head first slide here in this inning.
Yeah, anytime they go head first, they get nervous because they just eat dirt or whatever they slide in.
Those pretty Vanderbilt-looking uniforms are not so pretty now when you get dirt all over them.
1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, ball 2. I will say, though, if it's dirty, that means you're doing something right. Ball 3, 3-1?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, ball 3.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. And pitch on the way is ball 4.
Ball 4, so another base on balls. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th base on balls, and then a hit pitcher. So Cashman gets to first base, and coming up is Robbie Loftus. He grounded out to second base last time.
And they're going to steal again. This time it's going to be swung on. It's going to go across. It's going to go down and get foul.
Johnson almost got that, so Cashman's going to have to go back to first, and that'll be a long strike. That was a good hustle by the pitcher.
That was a good hustle by first baseman, pitcher, shortstop, second baseman, bunch of people.
Pitcher almost caught that. It just dropped right in front of his glove.
Nice slide in there. 0-1 our count, though.
Fortunately, it was on the grass, so it was a nice cool slide. 0-1 the count.
He's going to steal again, and it's going to hit him. It's going to hit Loftus.
We have the second hit batsman of the inning, and Johnson comes over and does a fist bump with him to apologize for that. So now we have another hit batter. That's the second one of the inning. So we have bases loaded now.
And I believe the person who led off the inning is now back up in Taylor St. John.
Taylor St. John is back up. We batted around.
And it's 5-0 with the bases loaded. 2 outs, however. And Johnson will now be in a really interesting position as his first pitch is outside for ball one.
Ball one.
So again, for those of you who are just tuning in, our game for Lander versus Green River is at 6, not 5. And that ball's going to get past the catcher. It's going to score 1 run, and Loftus will move to second. And it will be Castleman who goes to third, I believe.
No, Castleman scored, and Colin Bird scored. Castleman to third, Loftus to second.
Okay.
And we're 2-0 on the count.
And Rhett Stover's in the house. Okay, I'll go with that. Pitch on the way, foul ball off straight back. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter, St. John, as we are at 6-0.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I just missed it.
Yep. That was on the last play.
Okay, that's my fault. 6-0 the score for Casper, and now a 3-1 count with runners on second and third.
And there's the shot.
And now they got Loftus. They got Loftus trapped. He's telling his player to go to home, and he's going to get tagged out. Yeah. And so that'll end the inning. It's 6-0 Casper. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Glenrock up to bat.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, 1 voice, 1 vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Welcome back, everyone. Bottom of the second inning, and Glenrock trails by a score of 6-0. And Ernie, one of the things that we noticed in the top of the second inning is the base running for the Valor.
Yeah, they've been very, very good at that, and because Glenrock hasn't been responding to the steal on any base, and they've even had 2 steals to home.
The first pitch is going to be strike 1 to Fleming. Tristan Fleming will play at second base this afternoon.
Yep.
Pitch on the way, swung on. That's going to be a fly ball to center, and they're going to lose it in the sun. 3 people calling it, nobody grabbed it.
So it is a single.
That is just a straight-up single.
And that was caused by the sun. They couldn't find it.
Well, actually, it looked like that someone had almost called it off and called everybody off. Then they didn't call it off, and it goes again. 3 guys were right there, and it drops in between all 3 of them.
Lane Massapust, is that the name?
Yep.
Massapust is the next batter for the Rams of Glenrock.
Massapist is the third baseman. with a runner at first. Nobody out here. Bottom of the second inning. Casper leads 6-0. And pitch on the way is going to be swung on, or actually I didn't see because I had someone standing in front of me. What happened? I'm sorry.
1 ball.
1 ball. Okay.
Yeah, it was the ball. Someone right in front of us just stood up, and of course we have another stolen base.
I'm also not that tall. For those of you who don't know me, I'm about 5'6", so seeing over people is not one thing I do well.
Well, especially when someone stands up right in front of you, but that's okay.
Pitch on the way is swung on, strike 1. So now 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, and a runner is at second. That runner is Fleming. Massapus looking at a 1-1 count. And the pitcher, Aiden Crane, will set. Look over at second. Kick and fire. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Yeah, I was trying to decide whether he should run or not. And the hit and run was on, but missed the ball.
Massapus, this is his first time at the plate here this afternoon. 6-0 again. Casper leads here, bottom of the second inning. Crane will set. Look over at second, and it will be not in time.
Yeah, way high, too.
That was more of a floater than more of a attempt. I think he was just trying to get him back to second base.
Well, they did.
That's exactly what he did, yeah.
Fleming back. Now he takes a little bit of a lead. And the pitcher tries to look him back.
Crane will throw in, and a breaking ball breaks just not enough. And so 2-2 now. Ernie over, Travis Gupton with you here in Lander. And a 6-0 Casper lead. Pitch on the way is outside for ball 3. So now a full count for Massapus.
They've got those long socks too.
On, yeah.
Right. That.
And now a stolen base attempt, swung and a miss, strike 3, and he's out at third. So that is 2 outs.
Yep. So a strikeout, and then 2-5 for the second out.
That was a nicely thrown ball by the catcher for the Valor, which is Gabe Erdahl. We've talked about him before and just how he plays catcher. You saw an example there.
Chad Preston up now for Glenrock.
Pitch on the way is going to be high for ball 1. This Casper team and this Glenrock team, as I mentioned, both coming off of losses yesterday. Pitch on the way, he will not swing at it as they appeal to the first base side.
Ball 2.
So now 2 balls, no strikes here. And Crane sets. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2. 1. Okay.
Yeah, it's strike 1.
All right.
I didn't have any other strikes on the...
I didn't either, but I'm just reading the scoreboard, which is never a good idea on my part. Pitch is going to be high. That's ball 3. I know that. So now a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike. And 2 outs here. Pitch on the way is going to be strike.
Going to be strike 2. Full count.
So now 3-2 count. There we go. Now the scoreboard's right. Pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike 3. Got him.
And that'll end the inning.
So we go to the top of the third. Casper still leads 6-0.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the top of the third inning, and the pitching coach for Glenrock, Coach Fleming, having a conversation with the umpires, and still the conversation looks like on the pitching style for Johnson.
Now they're calling, oops, he tripped on the line.
And that is why Miss Kelly says don't touch the line.
That's right. So he tripped on the line and almost fell in. And now Jared Mowry is giving him a little demonstration on how he needs to come off the rubber and deliver to home plate so he doesn't balk. So that's, it's a learning opportunity for this team, and they're giving him a chance to learn.
And like I said, these kids are young. And so I love that they're taking the time to give this a learning opportunity here for this young man in Adam Johnson. It's going to be who's up to bat here for the Valor as we go to the top of the third.
Taylor St. John will be batting. He was hit by a pitch last time, but ended up scoring. Casper got 5 runs in the top of the second. Now this is the top of the third. They lead 6-0.
Still the conversation going on, making sure that everything's good to go here for this turn for this young man Johnson.
And they shake hands.
And we're good to go. So now it is going to be. I'm still trying to see the number, and I can't do it. I've tried.
It's 20.
It's number 20, which is Taylor St. John. Okay.
Yep. Taylor St. John.
And the jersey number has to be right in the light the right way for me to be able to see it.
Well, for anybody to be able to see it, it's, white uniforms with light gold numbers, boy, those are tough numbers to see.
And I got new glasses. I got new glasses. My wife allowed me to get new glasses, so I'm very happy.
All right, very good.
Pitch is we're going to start here in the top of the third inning. They're going to allow Johnson to get
little extra warm.
Yeah, a little extra warm.
Warm-ups.
And now there is going to be the umpire is going to come behind the plate, and we are good to go here as Johnson will step on the rubber, and St. John's will start. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Yeah, last inning he had some control issues and had 4 walks and 2 hit batters.
And that pitch is going to be fouled off, strike 1. And you can see after that conversation, Adam Johnson, he is doing everything step by step. You can see him do it. He'll stand on the rubber, put his feet together, kick and fire. And a strike. So now 1-2 for St. John.
Yeah, that's very methodical how he's doing that.
Yes.
Yeah. Which keeps his focus on.
And that also keeps his mechanics correct.
Yep.
Next pitch on the way, swung on. It's going to go towards the third baseman. He'll grab it, throw over to first, is off target, and now St. John is going to turn and go for 2. And he got it.
Yep. Yeah, that was a bad throw. And so he gets on first base, and then the throwing error is on third base, so E5.
So that'll bring up Gabe Erdahl, and Erdahl Gage. I see Gabe. That's a B.
Is that a B?
That's Gabe Erdahl.
Oh, yeah, it sure is. Gabe Erdahl.
And his first pitch is going to be inside on him, and so now ball one. Johnson's pitching. Erdahl, the catcher, which we've talked about multiple times, and I believe this is his second time at the plate.
Yeah, it is.
Pitch on the way, swung on, fly ball is going to go right to the third baseman, and he's going to bobble it, and it's going to allow St. John to get in.
Yeah, he's
to second.
Yep. Well, St. John was already in second. So
well, he was going for third, then when he saw him catch the ball at third, he had an opportunity to throw out at second, but he dropped the ball.
Yeah. Okay, now Aiden Crane.
And that ball is going to go over to second first off, and that is going to be not in time. And so Crane will step in here, the pitcher. It is 6-0 as we're in the top of the third. Another throw over to second, not in time. I'm Travis Gupton, the sports director at WyoToday Media. He's Ernie Over, the news director at WyoToday Media. We normally do Lander Tigers basketball and football. Well, we will be, and that ball is going to be in there for strike one. But Ernie so graciously has come in and helped me out to do a couple games as we are doing all of the Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament, every single game from beginning to end. That pitch is outside. Now a third base stolen attempt. He got him.
Oh, they got him. Yeah, no doubt about that one. He was caught stealing. It goes 2-5 for the second out, and now the bases are empty. And we have a 1-1 count on the batter, Crane, the pitcher.
And so Crane looks at the 1-1 count. He will take a moment and stand out of the batter's box, and now we'll get in. And here we go as Johnson will again set, kick, and fire. And it'll be fouled off for strike two. So Johnson now finding a little bit of a rhythm here in the third inning after struggling in the second.
Well, and Glenrock's doing a whole lot better catching runners on the base paths now than they were earlier.
That ball is swung on. That is going to be a strike three drop, so now they're going to throw it to third. First is in time.
And they got him. So 1-2-3 inning.
That will send us to the bottom of the third. It's 6-0.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
bottom of the third inning, Casper still leads 6-0, and it is going to be the 8, 9, and 10 hitters, technically, for Glenrock coming up as we enter the bottom of the third. And Ernie, as we mentioned in the top of the third, Glenrock did a lot better job on the base paths.
Yeah, they sure did. Jared Maury just went into the Glenrock dugout for some reason. I think he's looking for something. Oh, he's looking for balls. Okay, yeah. Well, we got at least one.
Please make sure.
Well, we have at least one, like you said.
Sure all foul balls are returned to the field.
Yeah, those are expensive, those foul balls.
Yeah, $270 a box or $270 a ball?
Oh, a ball.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Okay, Ocampo is up to bat, kind of crowding the plate.
And he swings at the first pitch for strike one.
Yeah,
and
so a little outside.
Just a little bit. And still on the mound is Aiden Crane for the Valor. Pitch on the way is low for ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Yeah, it's hard for us to see the strike zone when the umpire is right in front of us, but just a little bit low on that one.
Yeah, and it's kind of helpful because where you're setting your cattywampus to where the home plate umpire is, I'm sitting right behind him. So
right.
I've got a little bit better view than you do. Pitch is going to be high, and so now 3-1.
Haven't heard cattywampus in a long time.
Well, I am from Tennessee, and that just happens sometimes, so I apologize.
No, that's I like that word.
Pitch is swung on and miss, and now full count, 3-2. Again, me and Ernie are going to be calling Lander football this year and Lander basketball for the next, until one of us, and that's going to be strike 3 on the outside corner. And, Ernie, we're looking forward to that for sure.
Well, yeah, it is. We're going to have a great season. Coach John Scott's got the Tigers rolling, and tell you what, we've got a bunch of home games and don't have to travel too far. I think the farthest we go this year is Douglas.
That is correct, yeah. And so a lot of stuff going on with us at WyoToday's YouTube. There's going to be a Fremont County Game of the Week, which is going to happen. And a lot of things just going on. That ball is swung on and missed, strike 1. This will be the first year that me and Ernie have worked together. I was with Riverton basketball when I first got here, and so this is my first season doing football. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I. It's going to be a great season.
Pitch on the way is going to be in there for a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, Landers made the state playoffs the last 3 years in a row. And maybe this is the year that they can move up and get past that quarterfinal round.
Pitch is inside to Dayton Matthews. Matthews now looking at a 1-2 count.
And that wind is picked up again, blowing from across the field toward left field.
Pitch on the way is in the dirt for ball 2, so 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That would have been a strike, except it bounced in front of the plate.
And so, Ernie, remind me that we need to talk about Lander football and Lander basketball whenever we do the Lander game.
That's right.
Pitch on the way is swung on and foul tipped.
Fouled away.
So 2-2.
Yeah, it still remains 2-2.
Well, you're not going to be here when we do the Lander game.
No,
it's going to be Cody Beers
Cody
coming
Beers.
in. Yeah. And Cody's going to be a part of that Fremont County Game of the Week, where we'll be covering teams like Shoshone, Wyoming Indian, Du Bois,
Wind
River, and other teams as well. So stay tuned for that. We thank you guys so much for joining us here on WyoToday's YouTube for this game between Casper and Glenrock. It's a 3-2 count with 1 out. 6-0 Casper lead, bottom 3. Pitch is outside, and they're going to give him ball 4.
Well, so we got a runner now. Another base on balls. Casper hasn't given up many of those. Matter of fact, this is the first base on balls in the inning. Brings up the top of the order, though, J.C. Enders.
Actually, I think that's Braxton Browning.
Braxton Browning.
Bronner.
I'm sorry. Bronner, number 3. My apologies.
And so we are looking at a throw over to first, not in time. And so the first pitch to Bronner. Swung on and missed for strike one.
I think that was a foul tip, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the ball, I heard the nick on the ball, and then the ball squirted over to the right side of the batter's box.
So runner is at first, and in the form of Dayton Matthews. And the Crane will set. Kick and fire. Matthews is going to go. Throw to second. Not in time. It actually dropped the ball.
Well, if he had held on to the ball, he would have got him.
Yeah.
But he dropped the ball, and Matthews is in safely with another stolen base. That's been the bane of the runners here today. Now they've got to clean the bag off again. The umpire out there, Mr. Bright, does that, or Mr. Bite.
Mr. Vite, Miko was in Dublin as that ball's fouled off. He was in Dublin 48 hours ago, which, by the way, that still boggles my mind. 48 hours ago, he was not even in the United States.
So he wasn't in Dublin, Ohio, huh?
No, he was in Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland. Okay.
Yeah. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Strike number 3.
Yeah. Well, you know, the interesting thing about that, Travis, is how dedicated these people are to the game.
Yes.
You know, and I'm sure he's got a little bit of
jet lag
going. I always get jet lag when I come back. I never have it going out, but when I come back, okay,
I had
top
jet
of the
lag.
order.
I had jet lag getting here.
J.C. Enders from the left side
is going to be first pitch is outside for ball 1. So another lefty hitter, or one of the rare lefty hitters in this Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament.
Right.
Pitch is swung on and missed. 1-1.
Count goes even. 6-0. Casper with the lead over neighboring Glenrock.
So we were supposed to have rain here at 2 o'clock, and we look pretty good so far.
Oh, that's a pitch right down the heart of the plate.
And
strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here.
Yeah.
And, Ernie, this has turned out to be a gorgeous day.
Oh, beautiful day, beautiful day. Just a little bit of a breeze. And we can thank those cottonwood trees for that. They're slowing down this wind that's coming in from the west.
Pitch is outside, so now 2-2.
That was like a pitch out almost.
It looked like he was thinking pitch out, yeah.
Yeah.
So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, as they are going to go sell some more 50-50 tickets here. And Miss Kelly is probably going to announce that after I say it. Pitch is swung on and fouled off. So we stay at 2-2. Deuce is wild on the board, as the great Vince Scully used to say.
I lived in Los Angeles for a time. I was there for 8 years. I loved listening to the Dodgers and Vince Scully.
Remind me to tell you my Vince Scully story here soon. Pitch is swung on and fouled off. So
yeah. Ender's staying alive.
Ender's really battling. Vince Scully was one of my all-time idols and was one of the main reasons that I wanted to do what I do now. And I'll hold off on that as the next pitch on the way, 2-2. Swung on and missed, so I'll hold that story as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Casper still leads 6-0.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll. From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the top of the 4th inning, and we have a substitution for the Valor as Evan Lango will come in for Cody Wood.
Okay, and we are in the 4th inning. This is the bottom of the 4th. No, top of the 4th inning. Sorry. Because Casper is the visiting team, and coming up to bat is going to be Eric Lango, who just came into the contest to replace Cody Wood in right field.
So it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for Casper here. And I just was looking at my sheet here, and I have done so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be my 7th game in 2 days.
Would you like a gold star?
I would like a golden ticket. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. Miss Kelly, okay, in all honesty, she says that jokingly, but
she feeds you.
After this next pitch, I do want to say something about that. First pitch is going to be in there.
And we were talking about Vin Scully.
Yeah, so Vin Scully was one of my all-time favorites and an absolute idol. And I had the opportunity to actually meet him whenever he was a speaker, as that ball is outside for ball 1. He was a speaker at one of the basically one of the conventions that I was at for sports broadcasting. And so one of the things that I always wanted to do was be kind of like Vin Scully. You could never be Vin Scully, but be like him. Because that ball is going to be way outside for 2-1, or way inside for 2-1. So one of the games that I do when I first get here is a Riverton Raiders game. And I see that I post that I'm doing the game on Twitter, and I see that Vin Scully likes that post, and he watched my stream. That ball is going to be fouled off, so now 2-2. And so Vin actually messages me after the game to give me pointers on how to call the game better.
Well, that's pretty darn cool. I think that's great.
And so big time, I always get nervous now because I see numbers on the screen, and I'm just like, Vin, if you're listening now, don't tell me.
Yep.
Pitch is going to be swung on. That one's going to be cut foul.
Yeah, that's a long strike. Remains 2-2. That one went way over to the fence on the left field side.
But I also want to say, we were talking about Miss Kelly, and she definitely deserves a big congratulations for this going the way it has. It has been pretty good so far for the 7 games that we've been and 8 games coming up.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Pitch on the way is going to be fouled off. And, you know, and it really goes to the whole Lander Lobos squad who's doing the raffle tickets. They, taking care of everything around the field. City of Lander taking care of the field here so we can even have this tournament. Just a big congratulations to everybody from Lander.
Great tournament.
Pitch on the way by Johnson is going to be strike 3 right down the heart. And Lango will not even argue it. He'll go right to the dugout, and it will bring up the top of the order in Aiden Douglas.
Yeah, Aiden comes in. He was on a base on ball and then flied out to the right field. He has 1 run scored in the game. So he's 1 for 2.
Pitch on the way is
outside.
High and outside for ball 1. Another person, and I hate to be that guy that says thank you to everybody, but my fiance Christine definitely deserves a huge thank you for even allowing me to come up here. We moved from Mississippi to come up here and to do what I enjoy doing, so definitely a big thank you. Pitch on the way, swung on, and it'll go off the end of the bat for strike number 2.
Now, if I remember correctly, it was Christine who initiated the move.
This is 100% true.
That's right.
Yeah. So I was actually working at Pizza Hut, and I was content with my life, and then I started getting phone calls from different places. She had applied to jobs for me.
Yeah, we were lucky to get you, so that's great. Thank you, Christine, for that. 1-1 is the count on the batter.
Ball is going to be hit to the right side. It's going to go to the foul territory and into the tennis courts.
I am sorry, I misstated. It is 0-2, because that was a foul tip that last time.
See, that's what happens when you start thinking everybody. You kind of lose track of the game, you know. And no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Casper leads 6-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning.
Well, those who haven't been thanked, please raise their hand. And, no, we won't do
Ernie
that.
just raised his hand.
Yeah.
Pitch is swung on, and it's going to be a throw over to first, and it's
They
in
got
time.
him. Yep.
And so that's out number 2.
2 strikeouts here in the game for Glenrock as they play here in the top of the 4th inning.
And again, if you're just joining us, I'm Travis Gupton, sports director at WyoToday Media. He's Ernie Over. He's the news director, a.k.a. my mentor, and he's taken me under his wing and allowing me to call this game. He's usually the play-by-play guy. He's letting me do it, which is kind of cool.
Well, you're doing a good job, Travis.
Pitch on the way is outside for ball 1.
And this is Nathan DeVive is the batter.
Yep, the number 2
Nathan
spot.
DeVive.
He is the third baseman. Johnson will set, kick, and fire, and it almost hit DeVive.
Almost hit him. That was almost a graze on the shoulder. You know what I liked about Vin Scully? When there was a big play or something, he just stopped talking and let you enjoy the reaction from the crowd. That was he knew when to talk and when not to. Great sportscaster.
Ball's going to be foul off to the left side. And not to say anything crazy, but Ernie Over's a pretty good sports broadcaster himself. You've got some awards under your belt, my friend.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, we don't do it for the awards. We do it for the community at home that has a chance that can't travel to the game and do that. But,
and for this, we do it for you guys who are listening in, who are not able to be here listening into this Casper Glenrock game. That ball is going to sail away from Johnson, and now 2-1.
Wynn must have got that one.
When I pitched this idea to Kevin, he was very on board. And
Kevin Shields,
I'm sorry, yes. Yeah. And so he said we would gladly do it. We just needed a sponsor. So big shout out to Buckle Up for Life Wyoming for sponsoring this event.
3-1 now. 4-1. Yeah, it was another base on ball. So Casper finally has a base runner here.
And so now
Colin Bird comes up for the Valor.
Colin Bird, this is his second time at the plate.
Yeah, he's has 2 hits and 1 run. 2 for 2.
And so first pitch by Johnson is outside for ball 1. Throw down to second, not in time. And it is going to be a safe stolen base here for DeVive.
Yeah, DeVive is now in scoring position for Casper. Johnson's been doing a pretty good job getting the ball to the plate here after he had that little training session with the umpire and his coach.
Throw over to second was well placed, just not in time.
We have a 1-ball count on the batter, Bird.
Colin Bird, and should Bird reach, it'll be Chris Castleman who steps in. Johnson will set, look over to second again, and another nice placed ball, but not in time again.
Yeah, that was very close.
He's putting it right where it needs to be. He just is a little quick. Is the second base runner DeVive.
He takes a pretty long
He's going to steal.
Lead.
Ball is going to get roped into left
Base
field.
hit.
It's going to score the run, And it is going to be a 7-0 lead for Casper. That was nice base running there by DeVive.
Yeah, the hit and run was on, and he came up with the 2 bases he needed to score. Bird got the first single and the RBI.
And so that will bring up Chris Castleman, as I said.
Castleman steps to the plate.
As something just goes crashing over to my left.
Yeah, they almost dropped the money, yeah.
And
from the 50-50.
Almost a throw-over attempt to first. He did a full 360. I think he thought someone was at second.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way is going to be outside, ball 1. And should Castleman reach, it'll be Robbie Loftus. It is 1 ball, no strike.
Yep.
Runner at first. Johnson will set, and now we'll throw over to first, and it'll get past the first baseman, and it will allow him to get in there for second. That was a hard slide, but he's in there safely. Is DeVive?
No, that's Bird.
Is that Bird?
Yeah.
Okay.
DeVive already scored. So he gets the stolen base, and it's another ball.
And so we look at a 1-0 count now, and Bird is at second now, and the hitter is Chris Castleman. Johnson sits, kicks, and fires.
Ooh, that was just a little inside.
And so now 2-0. 2 outs still as we are in the top of the 4th inning, and Casper leads 7-0. Johnson takes a little bit longer time to set here, and now will put his feet together, kick and fire. Outside, that's going to get past the catcher for Glenrock Taylor, and it's going to allow Bird to get to third.
And it goes 3-0, now runner in scoring position just 90 feet away. And there's 2 outs in the inning.
There's been 2 outs in the inning for a pretty good time here.
Yeah.
Step in here by Castleman. He'll put his bat on his shoulders. And now Johnson will kick and fire. It's going to get past him again. And that is going to score a run. And it is now 8-0.
Bird comes in on that pass ball. And taking first base is Castleman on the base on ball. So now Robbie Loftus coming up. He's grounded out twice in the game so far.
Loftus, the heavy hitter for this.
He's got big 00 on his back.
Casper Valor team, big 00, and he will stand in. And Johnson with a runner on first will set. Kick and fire. Stolen base attempt is going to go inside, ball 1. Slide in, not in time.
Oh, boy, that was close. Yep. That was pretty good. So we have 1 ball to count now on Loftus and a stolen base for Castleman.
And so Loftus now looks at a 1-0 count. And Johnson sets, kicks, fires outside, 2-0.
I think he's a little bit bothered by that base runner because that pitch was way outside.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping his mind on the base runners, especially with how many stolen bases the Valor have had in this game. Pitch, that's outside for ball 3.
Yeah, that was much better. It was still outside, but it was a lot closer than the last 2 pitches.
So 3 balls, no strikes to Robbie Loftus. Pitch on the way by Johnson is going to be swung on a 3-0 count. It's going to get through. It'll be a single for Loftus, and the play at home is going to score.
Yep, there was a nice hit there, went in the gap, and Loftus gets a single and an RBI. And that brings up Taylor St. John, who got on base with an error the last time and scored when the Valor batted around.
Throw over to first, not in time. And Loftus swung on a 3-0 pitch, which is one of those things that I rarely ever see.
Okay, St. John 1-0. Or no, this is the first pitch.
Yeah, throw over. The first pitch is going to be high, and Loftus thought about going for second, but nicely done by the catcher, Donnie Taylor, to get up and make sure he did not go anywhere.
Yeah, Loftus doesn't look like a sprinter, so he's going to need a little bit of a time to get to the base. Oh,
that ball is going to be crushed to center field, and it should be caught, and it is caught by the center fielder, Enders, and so it is the end of the top of the fourth inning, but Casper adds on another run. It is 9-0 after 3.5.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning, 9-0 Casper lead. And Ernie, I misspoke as we went to the break.
And I forgot what you spoke about.
I misspoke. How many runs did
that's
they score?
right. Yeah, they had 3 runs, not 1.
Okay, so 3 runs for Casper in the bottom of the fourth inning. We, like I said, when you call 7-8 games, you probably just go bleh.
3 runs on 2 hits and 1 left on base.
Pitch on the way to the first batter, which is
Bearfield.
Bearfield is going to be a ball on the outside corner.
Yep.
So 1-0. Next pitch on the way. High, ball 2.
Good look by Bearfield on that one. I thought I saw his shoulder twitch a little bit like he wanted to go after that one. But we're not playing tennis, so.
Next pitch is, one is going to be swung on, and so now a 2-1 count. And we did have a substitution. Kale Sally is going to come in for Robbie Loftus.
Oh, 3-1.
3-1 count now. As We saw Sally yesterday. He played in the game against Rock Springs.
That's right, he did.
Pitch is inside, almost hit Bearfield.
A little chin music there.
And so now a 3-1 count.
3-1. In the stretch.
And the pitch is ball 4.
Ball 4, so we get another base on balls. And Glenrock now with a runner on, and coming up next, the catcher, Donnie Taylor.
And it is Glenrock has had a hard time finding the base runners in scoring position. I don't think they've had that many.
No, the best they've been able to do is second base. So far, they've had 3 runners on second base, haven't been able to advance them.
That pitch is going to be swung on. It's going to get to the third baseman. That's 1. Throw over to first is not in time, but it will get the leadoff runner. And so with the runner at first now and 1 out, it will bring up Adam Johnson, the pitcher.
Okay, Adam Johnson has flied out to the pitcher in his only at bat so far this game.
So Donnie Taylor is at first. With 1 out here, 9-0 Casper lead, bottom 4. First pitch is on the way, swung on and fouled off, strike 1.
Yeah, that hit the screen here.
Third game of 4 today.
I should say the screen is a chain link fence. It's not the typical screen, but it doesn't let the balls go through.
Throw over to first is going to be not in time.
And it gets away from the first baseman, but only rolls about 10 feet.
And so that is going to be kept.
Yeah, Taylor stays put.
So Taylor is at first, and a 0-1 count?
0-1 count.
Pitch on the way is high for ball 1.
So we're even now with single digits.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 9-0 Casper lead, bottom 4 in Game 3 of the Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament, Day 2. Swung on. That one's going to be fouled off, and it'll be in the stands.
I heard that hit something, so 1-2, the count. Flag went limp in center field, so there's no wind right at the moment.
I can feel a little bit of a breeze, so the flag moving a little bit. That's going to be high. 2-2. And we still got 4 games tomorrow and 3 games on Sunday. And we got 1 more tonight.
Yeah, Cody Beer is going to be here to help you out. Oh, there was a bad swing on that one. That he could have used a 7-iron on that one.
And so that'll bring up Tristan Fleming. And, yeah, Cody Beer is going to come in and work with me as we do the Lander Green River game. That first pitch is set for 6 p.m. officially. Swing and a miss, strike 1, high fastball, nicely done by Aiden Crane.
Yeah, Fleming took a real swat at that one. It was just a bit too slow. Fastball came in from Crane.
Pitch on the way is going to be a strike down the heart of Texas, and they're going to get him at second.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the inning, and now they're going to say he's safe.
Oh, wait a minute. Did he drop it?
They say he dropped it.
Okay, so we have a stolen base. He was called out initially, but then the old safe call came out. So, well, good for him. He got a stolen base.
And good job by the field umpire to correct that call as quick as he did.
Yeah, right.
It's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, it's 0-2.
And now there's 5 balls on the scoreboard. Now, where we go.
There we are, yep.
Miss Kelly, go get your clicker. 0 balls, 2 strikes, and runner on second now is Taylor.
Taylor, yeah, Fleming at the plate. Fleming's the second baseman for the Rams.
And now Crane will set, kick and fire, and he'll get that one on a strike 3. So we go top of 5, and it is 9-0 Casper.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288. Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Top of the 5th inning, we go 9-0 Casper, and partner, there was all kinds of moves for Glenrock as we went to the end of 4. We do know, as we can give you some of the numbers, it is going to be number 68, Max Coulter. Looks like he's going to play second for Glenrock. And then let's see here. We had a new pitcher come in, and that was Enders, Jace Enders.
Yeah.
And so then we do know that Braxton Bronner is out at center, and from there, I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see who comes up to the plate if they get another shot.
So
well,
they will have to bat in the bottom of the 5th, and we have not reached the mercy rule as of yet, but it is 9-0 here as we go top of 5. And this Glenrock team, they can battle back. There is no doubt in my mind that they could make a run here. So let's see here. That is number 56. I see 58, that's Tristan Fleming. He's out there. And so...
Well, he'll be at second base.
Yeah, so he's second base, so that's not Max. So Max is going to... I knew I saw Max Coulter out there. He's at right. And so fans are helping us out here. And big shout-out to those guys because, man alive, that was a lot of moves.
Okay, for the Casper Valor, first batter coming up today is Erdahl.
And Erdahl's first
catcher.
pitch is going to be strike one as he swung and missed. And so that's pitch number one for the new pitcher, Jace Enders.
Erdahl was thrown out in the top of the third inning and scored a run in the second.
Pitch is high and outside for ball one, so now 1-1. Ernie, I love when, and I can understand all the moves because Glenrock 0-1, 0-2, not really good because that kind of takes away your chance of being in the semis. So putting everything on the line here at the fifth inning.
Ball high for 2-1 the count now.
And so 2-1 now?
Yep.
And pitch on the way is going to be a strike. So right on the outside corner, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the fifth inning. And the batter is Gabe Erdahl, the catcher.
For the Casper Valor. Glenrock out in the field on defense.
And the pitch on the way is going to be inside. So now a 3-1 count.
So Enders
3-2 count.
Yeah, 3-2. So Enders is up there now and pitching for Glenrock.
3 balls, 2 strikes as Enders will set, kick, and fire. That's going to be high, ball 4.
Another base runner now for the Valor. And coming up next, Aiden Crane, I think.
That is Crane. Yes, it is.
That is Crane. Yeah, he's the pitcher.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's number 12.
So it's going to be Hunter Cole coming in for Aiden Crane.
Hunter Cole.
And we saw Cole yesterday in the game against Rock Springs as well.
Nice lead off at first.
First pitch by Enders to Cole is in the dirt, ball 1. And nicely done there by the catcher, Donnie Taylor, to not throw that over to first.
Yeah, remember Erdahl now. He's got those bright green tennis shoes. Or I don't know if he's got spikes on them or not.
Pitch is going to be called strike. And so now 1-1. That was a well-placed high fastball. And a little bit of shade and a little bit of a breeze coming out now from right to left. Throw over to first is going to get by the first baseman, and it doesn't go far enough to bite on the stolen base.
Yeah, Erdahl thought about it, and then it only rolled about 10 feet. So
yeah, Erdahl was very jittery there. He thought about it for a long time before he going back to the first base bag. So Enders sets with a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way is going to be another strike. High fastball again. Actually, that was more of a breaking ball, and it was just perfectly placed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still nobody out here. Runner is at first. Enders will set, kick and fire again, and that'll be fouled off, and so 1-2.
Nice foul tip right back to the screen.
And you almost had to swing at it, especially with him being given the high fastballs.
Yeah, exactly. Here comes the 1-2 delivery.
Enders will set, kick and fire. And that's going to go way off of the outside, and it's going to be a stolen base for Erdahl.
Yeah, that's going to be a wild pitch.
And now they're going to have a time called. And they're going to have a conversation with Enders.
Yeah,
I don't know what the conversation would be.
Jared Mowry, the plate umpire, goes over and talks to him.
He just barehanded that ball.
Yeah, he did. They threw it in from the dugout.
Wow.
Oh, I think he might have said something. Mowry made some kind of gesture to his mouth to the Glenrock.
Okay, so I remember this from yesterday. There's something about where you can't lick your...
Oh, yeah, you can't lick your fingers.
Okay, pitch on the way is high, and so now a full count, 3-2. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know why. that's a rule?
Well, that would be like a substance on the ball.
Oh, okay. So
You could
that's
have a
almost like
different-
pine
yeah.
tar.
Right.
Okay. Pitch on the way is swung on. It's going to be a looper. It could get down. It does. It is going to. He slides in, and for some reason he slides in. It's going to score the 10th run, and so it's 10-0 Casper. I don't know.
Yeah, the left fielder dropped it out there when he picked it up, and he went to throw, and it went out of his hands and on the ground. So he is first with a single, and Erdahl came all the way around and scored.
He was at second, and so that now brings up, let's see who that is.
That's Lango.
That's Lango, okay. This is his first time up at the plate, I believe.
Second
time, okay.
Yeah, he's called strikeout last time.
Well, first pitch to him is swung on and missed. Another high fastball for strike one. This has been definitely a really good bounce-back game for Casper after taking the loss against Rock Springs yesterday. Throw over to first is not in time. And, Ernie, we called that game against Rock Springs.
Yeah.
And Casper, we knew they could score because they scored 5 to get back into it.
Yeah, they tied the game up. Then on the bottom of the last inning, it was 3 runs by Rock Springs to win it.
Pitch on the way is going to be fouled off.
Well, he should have held up on that swing because the base was stolen, but he went after it anyway and fouled it off. So that's the second strike, and Cole had to go all the way back to first base.
Yeah, it looked like a half-hearted swing there.
Yeah.
And now a 1-2 count here. Pitch on the way is swung on. That's going to be looped, and it's going to be bobbled by the third baseman. He'll throw it over second, not in time.
Yeah, so we have that. We'll call that a single for the batter, Lango.
I actually would give that an E. I would give that an E5. I would.
For the bobble?
For the bobble.
Yeah, well, that was a pretty hard to hit ball.
Okay.
It's a hard hit ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I give him a full error because even with the bobble, I don't think he does.
Right, okay.
So we'll call it a single.
Cool.
And we have runners now at first and second.
And it will bring up the
top of the order.
Top of the order in Aiden Douglas.
Well, we have a 10-0 lead right now. And if Casper keeps scoring, we will have to play the bottom of the fifth inning.
And so here we go. Pitch by Enders is swung on and missed. And strike one. Still nobody out, if I remember correctly here.
No, that's, yeah. The swing was by Douglas, the pitch by Enders.
Oh, Enders with the pitch, Douglas with the swing.
Yeah.
And there is one strike on him.
You're going to need some sugar here pretty soon.
Yeah, I will. Pitch on the way
Safe.
is going to be, or throw over is going to be safe.
Safe at second on the pickoff attempt.
And this is why I bring Ernie over here, because I am exhausted already, and I still got one more game to go. There's candy. Oh, there's sugar. I know exactly what that is. Pitch is going to be in there for
a
ball.
Yeah, outside.
And so 1 ball, 1 strike, and there's nobody out?
Nobody out.
Okay.
Top of the order, Douglas.
Enders will take a longer time to look in here. He will set, kick, and fire. That's going to be a strike.
Yeah, that was a good one. 1 and 2 now.
1 ball, 2 strike, and nobody out here.
You know, we should mention it, that we do have food trucks out here. So if you are in the area, you can get some delicious food here from some of our food trucks. Nice variety here.
Yeah, I think I've eaten every food truck so far that's here. So Far East Foodie is out here. If you like Oriental food, that has really delicious. I saw some tacos that were calling my name earlier. And Obviously, Phillies and cream. I got some ice cream and Philly cheesesteak, which, by the way, I still need to figure out what was on that Philly cheesesteak because it was delicious. Stolen base attempt. Ball is going to be swung on. Fly ball, right field. It's dropped.
Yeah, dropped, and so all the runners are safe. And here comes the play to the home plate. Safe at home.
And so now throw over to third, and they got him.
Yeah.
So it's going to score the run. It will be 11-0, but it will be the first out of the inning for Glenrock here.
Yeah, and that was a 4-5 for the first out of the inning. And Douglas gets to first base on the drop out in the right field.
And I was with you, partner. I thought we were just going to have bases loaded there, but then came around and scored.
Yeah, he put on the Jets.
So now runners.
Hunter Cole was the one who put on those Jets and scored.
Runner is at first now, and it is going to bring up DeVive.
Oh, and there's a bad throw at first, and we're going to have a stolen base. Maybe two.
He might go for it. He's going to turn and stay at second.
So that was a bad throw over to first. It was to the left of the first baseman, and it just shot way out to the fence. So a bad throw that time allows the stolen base. So we now have Douglas at second base.
Enders will set, put his feet together, kick, and deliver. That'll be high for ball one.
Yep.
Still got one more game here. As I mentioned, Lander and Green River will meet in the final game of day 2.
That'll be a battle of the green.
Yeah, that's exactly what it'll be. As the Lobos will see the Green River. That pitch is going to be in there for a strike on a swing and a miss. And this Lobos team played Cheyenne last night in a battle of it was a rematch from the state tournament championship last year, and Lander took care of business.
Yeah, 11-1.
Pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off, and so now 1-2 with one out here.
Yeah, I think DeVive used the pitching wedge that time. It was way down on the plate, and it went foul for him.
And it looked like it was going to be a strike no matter what, so it makes sense to swing at it. Purple shoes for DeVive.
Yeah, that's have a couple of players with colored shoes out here tonight.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Boy, that was a big swing, too, and that's the second out for the Fowler. Brings up Colin Bird.
Colin Bird will stand in as we now are at 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Casper has bounced back nicely with a 11-0 lead after falling to Rock Springs yesterday. Pitches swung on. It's going to get through. It's going to go all the way to left field. It'll be a throw in to home, throw to second, not in time. It goes back out to center field. No one's there. It's going to score a run. It's 12-0, and it's going to allow the runner at second to go to third.
Yeah, that was a bad throw there, and it just went awry. So now we have Bird is at third base.
And so that will bring up Chris Castleman, and it is 12-0 Casper. And now there's going to be a time called.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I don't have. I think there was something maybe in the eyes of the umpire. I have no clue what that time was for.
Yeah, I don't either. I hope there wasn't anything in the eye.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Something at second, yeah. Okay.
Castleman now in here. And first pitch from Enders to Castleman is swung on. It is going to be a soft tapper to the shortstop, and they're going to get him out at first.
That'll be the third out of the inning.
So we will go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Glenrock has to score 3 to keep this one going. 12-0 Casper.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning, and it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Glenrock Rams. That's a mouthful. And Ernie, this is the last opportunity for this team right here.
Yeah, if they score 4 runs, we'll keep playing. If they don't score 3 runs, the game's over.
Correct.
So
here we go. It'll be Massapust who will stand in. And it will be trying to see who's pitching. Is that still?
Yeah, that's still
Aiden Crane. So yeah. Crane will step on the rubber. First pitch on the way is going to be a strike on the outside corner.
He struck out the first time he was up. This is only his second plate appearance.
Yeah, the Valor has done a great job of getting around. I think they've hit at least 3 times. Most of them have. And this is only the second time around for the Rams as that ball's fouled off. So now an 0-2 count.
Yeah, went over into the tennis courts again.
That tennis court has taken a beating.
Yeah, it has.
Pitch is swung on. That's going to go right back up the middle.
It'll be a single.
And it'll be a single, and it's actually going to go under the glove of the center fielder. And so it'll be a leadoff single here for the Rams. Massapust on base.
Chad Preston coming up next. He's the first baseman, and he struck out in his only previous attempt to get on base.
Preston will stand in with a runner on first now. Pitch on the way is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, that was right down the pike.
If you're Casper, you're wanting to end this right here.
Yeah, right.
Pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 2. We've seen this. We've seen teams already in this tournament battle back from brink of defeat. Pitch is going to be outside, so now a 1-2 count. Runner on first is Massapust.
Hit a nice single right in the gap there.
Pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 3. They're going to try to get him at second, and not in time. It's going to be out number 1, however, and it will be a runner at second.
Okay, so we have Massapust at second base on the stolen base, and the first strikeout here of the inning. And we have one out. Coming up the base is Chris Ocampo.
Ocampo will come out of the dugout and will walk up. Didn't know he wasn't in the batter's box.
No.
Or he wasn't in the on-deck circle either.
But he is now.
He's in the batter's box now. And so Ocampo, first pitch,
strike.
Is going to be a strike on the outside corner. So again, tomorrow, 4 games. We start at 9 a.m. Looking at the games, it'll be Lander 1 versus Gillette to kick off. They're going to have a short time. And then Green River will play Cheyenne at noon. That pitch is going to be an outside corner, strike 2. And then Glenrock will take on Rock Springs. And then to end it up at 6 p.m. tomorrow, it'll be Lander 2 taking on Casper. High outside, ball 1. And we still got one more game to go tonight as Green River will take on the Lander 1 team. So they're going to have, like I said, a back-to-back game scheduling-wise. That ball's going to get through. It's going to allow the runner at second to go to third.
Yeah, that's Matsipus. That's a pass ball. He'll get over there on that, and it's a 2-2 count on the batter, Ocampo.
And so Ocampo is going to stand in. He's got a wide stance. His front foot is at the front of the batter's box. Back foot is at the back of the batter's box. Pitch is swung on and missed, and strike 3. So now the Glenrock Rams are down to their final out.
And we have numbers 2 coming in. That's Dayton Matthews.
Matthews is the extra hitter for the Rams. And we are in the bottom of the 5th, 12-0 Casper lead. Pitch on the way is low for ball 1. So should this score hold, Casper would then move to 1-1 in pool play, and Glenrock would pretty much be then out of it with an 0-2. And so pitch on the way by the
it gets through. It'll score a run. It's a single.
And so Glenrock does get on the board. It is now 12-1, and 2 outs here as the hitter Ocampo will reach. And so that'll be that'll be Braxton Bronner who's coming up. Dayton Matthews was the one that hit. And so it is a score of 12-1 now. Pitch is going to be low and outside for ball 1.
Yep, well, they're fighting right to the end here.
Yeah, they will not go away quietly. Pitch is going to be swung on. It is going to get down, and it is going to be a play at second. It's going to get through.
The ball gets away.
And it is going to be runners on first and second with 2 outs.
And the run that would give them
that would keep them in the game until the very end is going to be at home plate, and that's number 24 back to the top of the order in Jace Enders.
Yeah. All right, so Glenrock putting on a little bit of a program here.
Yeah, this team will fight. They will battle. They will not go away quietly to this Casper team.
So that was a good charge, pardon me, by the right fielder to try to get that ball. There's a comebacker, goes to second, and the throw to first, and the game is over.
And that is going to do it. Final score is 12-1 in favor of Casper. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we will send you off with final thoughts. And the final again, 12-1.
Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Welcome back, everyone. Final score, it is 12-1 as Casper wins over Glenrock in a Mercy Rule win after 5 innings. And this Casper team now stays alive here in the pool play for this Senior Babe Ruth State Tournament. Glenrock is 0-2, and they will play tomorrow, but they would be out of contention for these semifinals on Sunday. And so tomorrow the Glenrock will take on Rock Springs. This Casper team will play the Lander 2 team, and that'll be an interesting matchup because that's 1-1 playing 1-1, and so we will see how that plays out. But for right now, we are going to say so long, and at 6 o'clock we are going to have the final game of day 2 between Lander and Green River. So for right now, we'll say so long. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you at 6.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton.